told me, I mean, right here. That's true too.
It was the end of February this year, and I had spent the night over at their house, and I woke up to it was a Friday night, and I woke up to a text message just to him saying that me and my dad went over to my grandfather's house to fix a leak or something like that, and I was like, whatever, like I got up and started doing some work. And his mom came into the room, and she was like, did Brandon say that you guys would go down to the park? And I was like, no, I don't think so. Like, I'm just doing schoolwork. Like, I think he's over at Pop's house working on something. And his mom was like, well, why don't we call over there and see what the plan is, see what you guys are doing. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So she called over, and she was like, yeah, come with me. I'll take you over to the park. Because it was like a park that Brandon and I would always go to and always like walk the trails and everything, and had a really nice stream. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So I literally put on like my rain boots and like one of his like lacrosse jackets, and I had like leggings on. So I hadn't showered or anything. So I was pretty much a mess, but we got in and we went over to the park. And when we were there, it was empty. It was probably like midday, but it was February, so not a lot of people were there. So his car was there, but he wasn't there. And I'm not thinking anything at the time. His mom was like, okay, I'll walk with you down to where he is so you guys can meet up. And so we start walking down the trail, and his mom starts taking pictures of like the stream and she was like, well, Pop's going to be moving in, and he doesn't have any pictures for his wall, so I'll take some pictures, and he really likes coming to the park, so I'll take some pictures of the park and we'll frame them. And I was like, okay, like not thinking anything. And we like come around the bend, and there's like a little like waterfall area, and he was literally out in the middle of the stream on the rocks. There's a sign behind him that he made at his work that said, will you marry me? And he was down on one knee like with the ring out. So needless to say, I was really happy. He knew that I wanted something grand, and he did it well.
That won't be the first time he's on the rocks.
Now everybody needs to be on the spot again, but you can just stay in your spot to answer the questions. Be thinking about your prediction for Callie and Brandon. And it can be humorous, and it can be reality, what you would expect reality. But think in terms of who will they be 10 years from now? What will they be experiencing 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now? So as soon as you have an idea for Callie and Brandon, you'll be doing this 10 years from now. Or Callie and Brandon, you'll be doing this 30 years from now. Just stand up in your spot and tell us what you're thinking. I'll start. I believe Callie and Brandon, 10 years from now, will have one child and a second one on the way. And the first one's going to be a boy, so that Brandon can have him out with lacrosse sticks really early, or tennis rackets, or golf clubs. I'm not sure all of them. And then she'll be expecting the second. So that's what I think will be happening 10 years from now. They'll have a dog. They'll have a dog. Don't forget the dog. Who has an idea? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? Well, 40 years from now, they're going to be in their 60s. So where will they be when they're in their 60s? What will they be doing? Nursing home at 60. Julie. In 40 years?
In 40 years, sorry. In
40 years.
Remember how much they love each other right now. And so that in 40 years from now, they still have those feelings as the